Hey folks, how are you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Happy Monday, August 10th. So, if you don't know, this week is Free Book Week on the Book Bike. So, we are out in parks and stuff, and we've got a whole bunch of free books to give away to people, like Grandmother School and what we're reading today, Little Cloud. So, we've got a whole bunch of books. Take them home. They're yours. Tuesday, we're not sure we're going to be yet, but check our social media. End of today, we should know. Wednesday, we'll be at Mirror Lake in the afternoon. Thursday, we will be at the downtown market. We've got a whole bunch of books to give away there. Friday, we're going to be at Mirror Lake again. And let's get into our story. This is a fun, beautifully illustrated little nonfiction book about hurricanes. It's called Little Cloud, written by Joanna Wagstaff, illustrated by Julie McLaughlin, published by Orca Press, who's given us a whole bunch of books to give away. So, if you like this book, you can come take it. This is, of course, read under permission from Access Copyright on behalf of Orca Press. Let me tell you a story about a little cloud that wanted to become a hurricane. And here are a whole bunch of different types of clouds. So our friend over here is a cumulus cloud, and he's going to be who we're talking about more later. But we also have a stratus cloud, a nimbostratus cloud, the sad brown one, the altocumulus, the altostratus, the cirrus, and the cumulonimbus. And my goodness, if you can remember all those things, good for you, because I can't. This little cloud was born just off the west coast of Africa. Evaporation creates water warmed by, in evaporation, water warmed by the sea goes up. Condensation, water makes clouds. Precipitation, the clouds move over land and cool down, causing rain to fall. And runoff, rainwater falls into the rivers and runs back into the ocean to start the cycle again. This is the water cycle. Maybe you've heard of this. Same thing happens from groundwater. Instead of from rivers, it comes up, joins the ocean, evaporates. Weather fact. Clouds are made up of billions of little water droplets floating in the sky. The droplets are so small you can't see them. Some clouds are high in the sky and some are closer to the ground. They come in all shapes and sizes. Clouds get their names on the basis of where they are in the sky and what they look like. Another weather fact. Like clouds, hurricanes are part of the water cycle. Hurricanes need warm water to grow, so they usually start in tropical places. Carried by the breeze. The little cloud drifted west towards North America. As it moved over the warmer water, it started to get stronger and bigger. I'm a cumulus. I'm a tropical disturbance. I'm a tropical depression. Did you know that hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones are all the same kind of storm? They start as clusters of thunderstorms that begin to rotate over tropical waters and are called tropical cyclones. What they're eventually called is determined by where in the world they form. Nate, our friend here, will first get classified as a tropical disturbance, then be given a number as he begins a tropical depression. Next step is tropical storm, and then finally, because he formed in the Atlantic Ocean, he will be called a hurricane. And there are different categories of hurricane strength too. Hurricanes are steered by the winds around them, like the sails on a ship. Those winds can be so strong that they are able to take a hurricane across the ocean. That strength changed the little cloud. It wasn't just a little cloud anymore. It became a little storm called a tropical depression. Here are all the different categories of tropical storm or hurricane and the different damage that they do. Category 1 is kind of okay. It's windy, but most homes won't be damaged. Then we get to Category 2. Category 3, most homes will see damage. And at Category 5, it's too windy for homes to stay strong. Many will be completely destroyed. Scientists give storms special names on the basis of their speed and the speed of their winds. Not just any storm gets to be a hurricane. The winds have to be moving at 74 miles, 120 kilometers per hour, to be labeled a hurricane. The strongest hurricane winds travel at more than 168 miles or 300 kilometers per hour. As the tropical depression moved along, it got even stronger and changed again, becoming a tropical storm. Something very special happened to the little storm then. Scientists gave it a name, Nate. The little storm had always wanted a name. Hi, I'm Nate. Every strong tropical cyclone gets its own name. That's important because there can be more than one storm in the world at the same time. It avoids confusion when scientists are warning people about a storm coming their way. Imagine if everyone in your class had the same name. Finally, Nate's winds were strong enough that he became a hurricane. He loved his spinning winds and towering clouds, but his favorite part was his eye. The eye of the hurricane is the center of the storm. It's very calm there. Blue sky, birds chirping. The rest of the storm spins around the eye. The strongest winds are beside. As Nate moved across the water, he saw something in the distance. He was getting closer to land. All the people and their homes on that land. The people were already talking about Nate and getting ready for his arrival. Scientists try to predict where and when a hurricane will reach land and how strong the winds will be. Scientists and officials issue a series of weather warnings before the storm arrives to help people prepare and stay safe. The people were hoping that Nate would miss them. But just in case, they prepared for Nate. Nate couldn't slow down or change course on his own, but he didn't want to scare the people down below. Scientists are able to make predictions about hurricanes several days in advance. Their forecast gets better as the storm gets closer. They look at satellite pictures of the storm from space and measure temperature and winds using instruments attached to buoys or to balloons high up in the sky. There are even special planes that can fly right into the storm. Wow, I didn't know that. Scientists can tell emergency officials what to expect so they can start preparing people. Sometimes this means telling people to stock up on water and supplies in case the power goes out. Or it could mean canceling events so people stay indoors. Sometimes it means asking people to leave their homes and go somewhere safer. As Nate gets closer to the land, he realized he would roll over the tall mountains along the coast before he made landfall. And as he moved away from the warm water, he began to weaken. He could feel the tops of the mountains starting to slow him down. A slow hurricane might sound like a good thing, but slow actually refers to how fast the storm is moving forward, not how strong the winds are. Slow storms are the most dangerous because they bring strong winds and rain to one area for a long time. If a hurricane hits a mountain and slows down over the peaks, communities on the other side will be spared the worst of the storm. And that's what's happening to Nate. Nate slowed down so much, in fact, that he almost stopped. All the warm air that had churned inside him and given him strength turned into raindrops that flowed out of him. Hey, do you remember the name of this type of cloud? See, if you don't, maybe rewind the video and see if you can find the name out again. And just like that, having lost his strength, Nate was just a tropical depression again. The people on land were still watching him, but they were relieved that Nate had changed from a hurricane into a much weaker storm. Even though he never made it to land as a hurricane, the little cloud still managed to cause a lot of problems. As he drifted northward and became just a few water droplets once again, the little cloud wondered what his next adventure would be, and he hoped that, whatever it was, he could bring some good weather to people instead. And here we go, we have some more facts about hurricanes, and a note from the author, who is actually a meteorologist. So she studies weather and patterns, and she is also now a reporter and journalist about weather. So that is Little Cloud. Again, if you like it, come by the book bike and you might be able to get it. But hurry, because we have only one copy of this. So first person to get the book gets the only one. See you guys later.